It all started when one of our clients asked us if we want to go to Europe for 4 weeks to shoot footage for their social media channels. And we were like, hell yes. All it took was a few emails back and forth and a Skype call to finalize the details, and we were ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, have information. Now that's recorded. When we came back from our 4-week trip to Europe, the question everyone asked us was, so, how was it?
And how do you sum up an incredible 4-week adventure across Europe in one conversation? I mean, is it even possible? Let's try. We left Johannesburg for London and arrived in freezing cold weather. We navigated the underground to find our hotel, saw Big Ben, cruised on the Thames, saw Tower Bridge, and tried to have tea with the Queen at Buckingham Palace. Unfortunately, the rain stopped us.
We then caught a train to Bruges in Belgium, where we had less than 24 hours to explore the main square, see the tiny canals, and to try some Belgian chocolate. We fell in love with Bruges.
We left Bruges for Amsterdam in the Netherlands, where we visited Anne Frank House, walked through the red light district, and tried Dutch stroopwafels.
From Amsterdam, we made our way to Berlin, Germany, where we learned about the Cold War, followed where the Berlin Wall used to stand, and learned more about Germany's involvement in World War II.
We took another train from Berlin to Prague in Czech Republic, one of our favorite cities in Europe. Here we explored the Old Town, Prague's old underground, walked across Charles Bridge, tasted Czech beer, and ate the tastiest of treats known as trudelnik.
Then we caught an early morning train from Prague to Krakow in Poland. Our first stop was to see Auschwitz, and that was an eye-opening experience, a must for anyone who is interested in world history. We spent the rest of our time exploring Krakow's streets, eating pierogies, and learning about the legend of the dragon of Krakow at Wawel Castle.
We moved on to Budapest on a long 10-hour train journey. We had the entire coach to ourselves for most of the trip. When we arrived, we explored the old historic buildings of Budapest, took an evening cruise along the Danube to see the Hungarian Parliament building, and visited a quirky but awesome ruin bar.
The next stop on our trip was to Lake Bled in Slovenia, a country we never thought we would ever have the opportunity to visit. The lake was beautiful and the view from the castle was so amazing. Our favorite part was hiking up to Mala Ozojnica to see the lake from the top of the hill.
From Slovenia, we made our way to Italy, and our first stop was Venice. We loved its charming canals, amazing little streets, our gondola ride along the Grand Canal, and of course, the Italian food.
Staying in Italy, we moved on to Rome, one of the busiest but most historic cities we've ever experienced. Seeing the Trevi Fountain, the Colosseum, and the Roman Forum were amazing things to tick off our bucket list. We also managed to see the Vatican City before moving on to our next stop.
Florence. Wow, what a beautiful city. The Duomo is hands down one of the most impressive cathedrals we've ever seen. And Florence was filled with amazing little buildings, and the best part was eating gelato on the steps at the Piazzale Michelangelo, overlooking the city.
We then made our way to Nice in France. The coast was beautiful and the view from Castle Hill was incredible. We explored the old town, ate Nutella crepes, and watched roller skaters on the promenade at sunset.
From Nice, we traveled to Paris, our last stop of the trip. We watched the light show at the Eiffel Tower, saw the Louvre and the Arc de Triomphe, and went to the second floor of the Eiffel Tower for incredible views. And we finished off our last night with a traditional French meal.
We were sad to say goodbye to Europe and all of the amazing places we visited along the way.
To sum it up, we traveled 6,010 kilometers by train, walked 392 kilometers, which is over 500,000 steps, and we did that over 28 days in 13 cities and 10 countries. To say the least, it was one epic adventure.